Please welcome to the blue corner, Carysn Nash.
We'll end with our straw weights. Carysn Nash making her way to the Fury FC cage for the first time. Has been fighting since 2016. Her amateur career actually went from 2016 to 2020. She won her pro debut last year against Serena Ochoa in June via unanimous decision. And check this out. She got in to MMA to be disciplined, to find that focus. And she was actually studying languages in college. She thought she was going to be working for the CIA, but she knew she wouldn't be able to make it because of the fitness test. At the time, she was 225 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So she goes into an MMA gym, and from there, she just calls it fate. It took over, and she fulfilled her destiny, her potential, and is now getting her second fight as a professional.
Yeah, and to go, I mean, she's almost lost one of who she is now. I mean, 220 pounds, she's, weighed in yesterday at 115. I mean, this is an amazing transformation, but also it's a pretty savage woman. I mean, 6-1 as an amateur, half her wins or finishes. And so, this is this lady is the real deal here.
Love that she's so committed to it. She understands the benefits of it. She is inside. Let's meet her opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Wendy Anundson.
Wendy Anundson. Bonesaw. I mean, she is good, y'all. Second time inside the Fury FC cage. Also fought as an amateur for us, Michael. She's coming off that huge win over Cara Greenwell at Fury Challenger Series 10.
Yeah, Cara Greenwell was one of the top prospects, probably still is at 115, and she was an absolute savage. And Bonesaw went in there and took care of business very, very quick. I mean, this girl has a lot of fights. She was 11-3 as an amateur, and all 11 wins were finishes. So, one fight into her pro career at 29 years old. I mean, she wants to fight on every single card, and rightly so. She hasn't really taken any damage so far. So, this girl's the real deal, and I look forward to seeing her every time she comes out.
Some impressive ladies inside for sure. We look at our tail of the tape brought to you by Howlerhead Whiskey. You see, even on the height, the 3-inch height advantage for Wendy Anundson, the 29-year-old former electrical engineer. Now she trains, fights, and runs a gym with her husband, Kelly Anundson. She is inside, so let's get our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by Howlerhead Whiskey is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Strawweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, and she weighed in officially at 115.4 pounds. Fighting out of Warrenton, Virginia, she holds a professional record of 1 win, no losses. Here is Nasty Business, Carysn Nash. And introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, and she weighed in at 116.2 pounds. Fighting out of High Point, North Carolina by way of Reno, Nevada, she too holds a perfect professional record, 1 win, no losses. Here is Wendy Bonesaw Anundson. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
All right, Professor Joe Solis with the assignment for our strawweight division showdown. Nash in the blue gloves, Anundson in the red.
Nash starting off with an inside leg kick.
Oh, nice big right hand there from the Bonesaw. No secret where Wendy wants this fight to go, to the ground. She got such a strong submission game. single. Finishes it. But Carysn builds a strong base, not quite out of it yet. In Wendy's last fight, we had seen her hit an armbar from closed guard. A great submission, but in the more evolved, form of jiu-jitsu this day and age, you don't see them as much because people are so hip to the attack. But she pulled it off flawlessly.
Wendy actually got the bronze medalist at the IBJJF No-Gi Worlds in December. Congratulations to her. Oh, man, what a transition.
Not where you want a girl like Wendy to be early in this fight. Nice, big mat return. That's cool.
Yeah, Carysn not panicking right now, but she might ought to panic.
Yeah, she's got to really be on her P's and Q's defensively here. Full back mount is any grappler's primary objective usually.
Fighting for that hook, and she's got one. Carysn Nash clears it.
Yeah, she did a good job there.
It's going to be a little difficult with the double under from the back to get both hooks in. So it's a little tight space in there, but just to try for the seatbelt, Carysn was able to get to her side.
This is what makes Bonesaw so good. She just keeps pressuring and looking for that one opening. That's how she got Kara Greenwell.
She's got the back now with both hooks. Carysn doing a good job of staying out of position.
She sure is.
Carysn with that little duck under and went for that heel hook.
There we go, nice, there we go. Carysn pretty classic, like underhook style get up in the scramble. Did a good job keeping cool in those, in the back mount and the transition to top mount. Used a small leg entanglement to punch the underhook from half guard and get to her feet.
Oop, might have used the cage there a little bit to keep from finishing the takedown, but referee Joe Solis didn't see it.
Carson's getting taken down, but doing a great job building her base, getting back up. Nice little elbows from the bottom.
Carysn Nash relentless here and fighting these positions. Anundson in side control here. It looks like Carysn looked like she had her inside arm or inside hand. Now, yeah, she's going to reach around that head. She's going to try to crowd that arm. Then she's going to try to go around her head and kind of meet her elbow to her knee. She may have bailed on that. Now maybe going for the mount. Oh, there we go. Go around the head, meet that knee, put the elbow to the knee, and she's going to dole out some punishment there. She's going to wait for Carysn to reach through with that right hand, and then she's going to attack that arm.
1 minute to execute this game plan. Just trying.
Carysn aware.
A good fight from Carysn Nash so far, doing everything she can to survive this round.
Oh, deep knee bar. This is deep. Oh, man. That knee's right on the hip line.
Oh, man.
Carson's knees just above the hips. I think she's in an okay spot.
Yeah, that's tight.
That's still going.
I don't think
but she's not even making a face.
It's pretty shallow. You can see she's digging her toes right in the crotch just to create some space. Little toe hold attempt, same thing. The knee's relatively clear. Nothing stops Carysn from rotating away if she needs to.
10 seconds left. Carysn Nash trying to survive this final onslaught from Bonesaw.
That was cool seeing Wendy jump on that knee bar.
Wow.
Knowing there wasn't much time left, she could sacrifice position to go for the attack. And that was a genuine catch. That was a good submission attempt.
Yeah, not just that. I think that toe hold was hurting Carysn a little bit. She was wincing quite a bit, and we saw Anundson wrenching on it pretty hard. So that might have done a little more damage than she had hoped. She had her hand, but she still had a lot of leverage with her chest. able to push on the top of those toes. And most of the fight went like this. It was kind of Anundson just manhandling Carysn Nash around the cage. But, man, props to Carysn. She did a great job of kind of mitigating the damage and making sure she was always in a decent position. And that was very, very close. And you're right, Alex. She's a little bit too low on toward the shin. They didn't show that toe hold, but it was having an effect on Carysn Nash. You saw her limp just a little bit as she got up. And, you know, if it doesn't go all the way and you don't feel any pops, it'll just, you know how it is, Alex. You're trying to muscle. Those are very small muscles in that ankle. Trying to hold it straight so it gives you a little bit of dead foot whenever you're going over there.
All right, let's go to round 2. Anundson, Nash.
Are we seeing Anundson a little gassed right now in the second round?
Yeah, that was a lot of pressure wrestling and grappling. And once you got to move your feet and throw your punches, if you're not used to it, man, it's a different feeling. She's definitely got less pep in her step.
Oh.
Good right hand there from Carysn.
Yeah. Wendy Anundson kind of giving her a smile, but also backing up.
Ooh, it's a left there.
So,
man, Carysn Nash.
See, it's funny. I thought it was a smile too. It's just kind of the way when Wendy breathes and goes back to a normal face. It's like a little bit of a grin, but I don't think it's intentional. I think she's in a tough spot right now.
Carysn Nash opening up the hands a little bit. Comes in with a nice combo.
Carysn needs to stay as far away from her as she can. Continue to land those ranged strikes. This is what Wendy needs. She needs some sort of tie-up so she can try to get her wrestling going. I mean, even if she were to pull guard, you know, that'd be a stronger position than kind of getting picked apart at range, which is what's happening. When you grapple so hard and you got to go back to the feet, I feel like you got concrete in your shoulders.
And even as tiny as Wendy Anundson is, she carries a lot of muscle on that frame.
Yeah, she sure does.
Little wince there from Anundson. Not sure what got hurt, but man, the combos are flying here. For Carysn Nash.
He had a lot of fight to go, too.
Yeah, this looks like Carysn smells blood, like she can see something in her face that maybe we can't see yet, or maybe remnants of what we are seeing.
Man, good work there from Nash. Nasty business, Carysn Nash.
And these are big elbows.
Woo!
Ooh. Carysn Nash loving those elbows on the break. We just saw Wendy take a big, deep breath.
Yeah, as awesome as 100% finish rate is.
Wow. Carysn Nash with the slam.
That doesn't particularly get you ready for, you know, longer duration fights, and that's what we're seeing now. You know, Wendy was not quite able to get Carysn out of there in the first, despite her best efforts, and she's feeling it now. Oh man, yeah, that's hit to it, but why stay here?
Yeah, this is she should definitely step back, Alex.
I mean, right? She's like having her way on the feet, even getting takedowns. But yeah, oh man,
she was trying there, but
as cool as that takedown was from Carysn, I think going to the ground is allowing Wendy to get in the one realm where she can win. And she's in on a heel hook now.
1:15 left. Round 2.
She's doing a great job of staying heavy on that foot. Yeah, coach is over there screaming for Carysn Nash to not let go of her head. Wendy Anundson pulling out every trick she knows in the grappling handbook here to try to control Carysn Nash right now. She's on the bottom, and she knows if Carysn passes the guard or if she gets back up and makes some distance and makes her stand up, this is going to be a very tough finish to round number 2.
Carysn still bringing action, still throwing elbows, punches wherever she can.
About 10 seconds left here. I think we've got 1 round apiece, gentlemen.
What a fantastic round from Carysn Nash. She made her adjustments. She trusted her stand-up. Made one mistake, I think, after that big slam, getting caught up in the ground game. But otherwise, that was a flawless round for Nash.
And now Carysn won the exchanges on the ground, but like the thing is, it's just like, why put yourself, in a fading opponent's strong position? But props to her. She did
look
fine
at
on the
these
ground.
punches from Nash.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that, they went to the ground. I'm not so sure that Anundson wasn't going to the ground, just kind of dragged her down because of that shot to the jaw. You see on the break here, Carysn Nash doing a great job with those elbows every time, creating distance. She landed 3 or 4 of these. And then kind of this big sister takedown here threw her on the ground. But right there, I just wish she would have stepped back a little bit. I feel like she might have finished this fight if she would have kept the striking exchanges going. Position we haven't seen Wendy Anundson in here in a long time, or maybe at all at Fury.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see who can implement that game plan. Is it round 1 Anundson that was great on the ground, or is it round 2 Nash that was fantastic on the feet end? It looks like it's Nash to start. Big low kicks.
Good level change mix up there from Carysn, kicking the legs, punching the body.
Wendy may be losing her base there a little bit.
Yeah, I bet you her quads are just zapped right now because there's no bend in her knee. She's not sitting down on a punch. I've felt that before. It's a rough one. That's in my experience, it's the first muscle group to really give you some trouble is the quads. The next is the shoulders, and usually last is like the abdomen. It's hard to walk, hard to punch, and it's hard to breathe. Oh man.
Uh-oh. No, back.
Yeah.
Carysn Nash's corner saying back up, back up. They're pleading with her. Just let her stand up. Wendy is zapped right now.
Carysn Nash still with the good head movement.
Carysn's looking fresh and snappy.
Oh,
man.
man.
High kick there from Nash. Nice little breach with jab, jab, right hook. Needs its mark.
Man, Wendy Anundson is just shot.
Yeah.
She has zapped the energy out of her.
That finish is there for the taking for Nash if she wants it right now. And she is just unloading. If she can get a few punches in, Professor Joe Solis is looking on.
Carysn Nash made some new fans out of us. I don't know what to expect.
I'm telling you, she had a really good amateur career. A nice fight to start off her pro career.
We shouldn't be surprised her cardio's good. She's carried an extra 100 pounds for part of her life around on her.
Was at 225.
Wow. That's amazing.
And good for her. That's awesome.
Yeah, and now in here in the second lightest weight class in MMA.
Yeah, professional athlete, push at a crazy pace, 10 plus minutes in a fight.
Yeah, on one of the top prospects in the country at 115.
She said, quote, MMA won't let you lie to yourself. And the persistent and consistent energy is demanded. And that's what showed me who and what I could be. She is showing herself right now that she can compete against one of the top prospects in the nation.
I think she's seeing at this point that there's really nothing Wendy can do to her. Her confidence is just continuing to grow.
I don't know if I've seen a lady strawweight gasp before. I mean, that's like the men's flyweights. They're just so active. They're so, you know, they just wrestle well, strike well. Oh man.
Wendy is putting on a clinic right now. Yeah, you're right, Alex. That first round.
Man, huge elbow there from Carysn.
I think that elbow cut her.
I'd be surprised if it didn't. It was a flush elbow right on the orbital.
Oh, there's another one.
Man.
Oh, this is getting dangerously close to a finish. 45 seconds left. Wendy is just standing and surviving somehow, some way. Can Carysn Nash get the finish here? What a fight for Nash.
Yeah, they're asking Carysn to just touch her. Oh, man. If she could put 5 or 6 together, she may be going to stoppage. That's where she got to stay here. She got to stay here. Oh, man. Rips the body.
10 seconds away from a massive win for Carysn Nash, and she is not going to stop doling out punishment. Wow.
Man.
Carysn Nash with a huge performance in round 3, backing up that masterful performance in round 2 after she got dominated in round 1 by Wendy Anundson, one of the top prospects in the nation. Carysn Nash, have yourself a night.
Yeah, that was awesome. Out of nowhere. I mean, she's visiting here, fighting a prospect. Really put it on her, man. That was wild.
What a performance. She is in the zone. Alex, sometimes that's what it takes. I bet round 1 was all Wendy, and she put everything that she had in that, and Carysn survived.
Yeah, she sure did.
And maybe that's all you need to know, is that even if I get to the ground, worst case scenario, you know what? I can survive it, because I just saw the best of Wendy Anundson.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecard for your decision. Brought to you by Howler Head Whiskey. With scores of 29-28, 29-28, and 29-27, your winner by unanimous decision, Nasty Business, Carysn Nash.
I'm here with your winner, Carysn Nash. Carysn, I'm interested. What was the game plan for this? Wendy Anundson, a top prospect at 115. What was your game plan coming into this fight?
I knew Wendy was super dangerous, especially her grappling. She's super strong. So our game plan was just to stay low, pick her apart from the outside. She took me for a wild ride that first round, so I knew I needed to come back strong and really be violent, and I executed, and it was to the game plan. I've got the best coaches, the best team in the world. My ladies are over there. There was no doubt that I had everyone in my corner, and I really appreciate Wendy and Fury for having me, and I can't wait to be back.
So, Carysn, you said it yourself. You survived the first round. Was that kind of your plan, to get it past the first round and then start to turn it on from there?
No. I was trying to, beat her from the beginning. But she surprised me. But the strength was really there, and she's a very, very good wrestler. And I got one of the best wrestling coaches at home. His name is Ty. So, Ty, you fucking got me ready. Sorry. You got me ready. So
we're basically on cable. You're good.
Okay. So I love you. Thanks. Valor, Mike, JJ, Claire, Lauren, they just take care of me, and there was no doubt in my mind that I can be the best in the world.
Well, Carysn, we know a little bit of your backstory. We know that, ladies and gentlemen, this woman used to weigh 220 pounds and is fighting in the second lightest category in the country. That is an amazing story in itself, much less the job you did in here tonight against one of the top prospects in the country.
Yeah, I'm super proud of myself, and honestly might cry because it's a hard memory, and I worked really hard to get here, and it was all natural. It took me 8 years, and nobody, I told people I was going to be a professional fighter at 200, and reasonably they were like, okay. And here I am, this is my second one, 2-0, and we're just going up from here. Loopy, I love you.
Well, you're an impressive fighter, and you're an impressive human being. Congratulations on the win. Your winner, Carysn Nash.